and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey. The Asset Store is full of awesome tools and assets to help you make your own games. There's more and more awesome stuff coming out every month, so in this video let's check out some highlights for May 25. This one is a list of paid systems and tools. In the last video I already covered the best free new assets, and next one I'll be covering top visuals and effects. As always, there's links to the asset in the description, and as bonus you can use the coupon code Monkey10 to get 10% off your order. And if you want to make 2D games, there's an excellent bundle that is heading in just one day. This one has literally over 20,000 sprites to make all kinds of interesting 2D games. You can make something that looks like Stardew Valley, so you can make some kind of village simulation game, some kind of crafting game, adventure game. You can make all kinds of things with all of these massive sprites. It includes tons of sprite packs, both exterior and interior, as well as tons of characters, tons of monsters. It includes stuff for making platformer games, top-down games. Then it even includes some VFX, it includes some music, sound effects. Really, it's a massive giant pack. I've picked this one up myself to do some interesting 2D tutorials. It's a massive discount, it's just 20 bucks, and this one is ending in just one day, so if you want it, definitely get it quickly. Alright, so starting off with a brand new asset from one of my favorite publishers. It's the all-in-one 3D shader. By the name, you can already tell that it's related to the excellent all-in-one sprite shader. That one is an excellent tool for polishing 2D sprites, and this tool is basically the same thing, but this time for 3D meshes. So you've got a ton of effects that you can very easily mix and stack together in order to create some really endless possibilities. You can add some custom lighting, then add an outline, add a color ramp, and then you end up with something really interesting. You can select the various effects and play with the various properties. You can even animate them to make some interesting effects, kind of like a hit flash, so something where it flashes and then goes back. In total, you've got 45 effects that you can use to create tons of unique looks. This one has a WebGL demo you can try out to see everything it can do. As usual, the demo is excellent and showcases everything you can do with this asset. So it's definitely a great new asset. I'm guessing this one will also be as highly reviewed as all of his other excellent assets. Then if you want to do some level design in a much more natural way, here is a tool called Graphics. It lets you place objects in your scene using physics, so it's a simple thing, but it actually makes it feel quite a bit more natural. So there's no need for you to manually move things a tiny bit to avoid clipping. You really just place and drop the object and let physics do the rest. It's really very simple. This works in scene view, so you don't even need to play the game. So yep, this is a great little tool for helping you with level design. Next, if you need some water, here's a great looking realistic water effect. This includes water of really all kinds, so you can make, for example, an ocean or a lake, so the standard stuff. But then you can also make some rain, you can make some underwater bubbles, you can make some waterfalls, make a shower faucet, and tons more. And all of these use cases look really great. The water looks very realistic. It does displace the screen behind it. It also has an effect for the droplets on the floor and various things. So you can definitely use water for more than just oceans. For example, adding some drops of water from a pipe, that would be one of those small things that makes your game feel much more professional. You can even use this to make jets of water and spray everywhere. So if you want to make your own power washing simulator, this would be a great starting point. All in all, it's a great asset, and this one is for URP, and there's another version for AGRP. Then if you have a car game or a city game and you need to pathfind around lanes, check out this lane graph. It lets you build a graph of various lanes in your game and then easily pathfind around them. It includes a nice in-game editor to let you create new complex intersections and connect those pieces together. It seems to have pretty much every type of road, so every type of intersection, and it even supports traffic signal control. So if you're trying to make your own city builder game or perhaps just a car game, then a tool like this can definitely save you a ton of time. Next, if you're making a pixel art game and you want some way to create and manage pixel art directly inside Unity, then you have this tool. You can paint any color within a pixel grid, you can move and rotate objects. It also allows you to create various frames of animation and play them in the editor. Another feature of this tool is IK support, so you can easily create poses from your pixel art. It also easily generates outlines, and you can easily export it to a sprite sheet or a GIF. All in all, another great nice little helper tool for pixel art games. Next, if you want to edit audio directly inside Unity, here's a simple audio clip editor. This one does exactly what it says, helps you edit audio clips. And again, this can be quite useful since sometimes you get some audio clips, some sound effects that don't quite look right. For example, perhaps they have silence in the beginning or in the end, whereas you want the sound to be very snappy when you play it in-game. So with this one, you can modify the start and end points. That alone is quite useful. You can also add a fade in or fade out. You can play with the exact fade curve. You can also normalize the sound or modify the volume. You can do all of that and then save a new version with non-destructive editing. So yep, another great simple helper tool. Up next, if you're making a giant game, then you're going to need to look into culling, and this tool helps you do exactly that. It is called Chunks and helps you do chunk culling. meaning you can define various chunks in your world, so you split the world into various parts, and then you can dynamically enable or disable those chunks based on where the player is and where they are looking at. The result is a massive boost in performance, since you're not really using the entire giant world at once. This kind of tool is a must-have if you're making large open world games. You can't possibly load, for example, the entirety of Skyrim in memory at once. You need something like this. There are some tools like Gaia that do this and many other things, but if you just want chunk culling and nothing else, then this one seems to do exactly that. Next, if you want to play with some gradients, look at this shader tool. This one is meant specifically just for making gradients, so you can use this shader to define the gradient. You can use whatever colors you want, you can edit all the colors in the gradient, and then you can play with the exact effect you want, whether it be a smooth motion or something a bit more complex. You can add some dithering, you can add some edge glow, you can play with the animation speed, and many more things. Sometimes having a static background looks way too basic, so a slight animated gradient can make things look quite a bit more professional. So if you need that, then get this tool. Then here we have a debug panel. So this one is exactly what it says. You have a panel and in there you can add all kinds of debug commands and messages. This is really excellent for testing. You can add custom buttons and key bindings and then do whatever you want with those. For example, spawn a sword or complete a quest. You can also organize things in different sections so you can have tons of submenus to debug anything you want. And in terms of code, it's really easy to edit. Just a few function calls and you can attach any logic you want to any of these elements. There's a bunch of these console-like tools. Most of them are great and they can definitely be insanely useful in the testing process. Or perhaps you have performance issues in your UI. If so, then check out this tool. This one is meant to help you make your UI more performant. So for example, you can easily visualize overdraw so you can minimize it. You can analyze the raycast targets to eliminate the unnecessary ones. The visualization really does help see things at a glance really quickly. So if you need to optimize your UI, then a tool like this looks great. Alright, so those are my top 10 new tools and systems on the Unity Asset Store for May 25. There's links all in the description, and as bonus you can use the coupon code Monkey10 to get 10% off your order. And also check out my own free input asset on the store. Alright, hope that's useful. Check out these videos to learn some more. Thanks to these awesome Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.